Hi everyone, I'm your coach Todd Heugly, and of course there's Slammin' Sammy. You know, the golf dog. She's out here on the patio with me, helping to coach some videos and answer some questions. And today I want to talk about L and the release. And it's something that's helped a ton of golfers to really take big strides in their games. So I want to recap that and really get you to understand what it's all about. Now, before we get into it, again, please hit the subscribe button, like the videos, comment below, and share. Now let's get started. So what is L and the release? So L and the release is basically just getting golfers to get back here and then to feel that they whip the club head past them on a consistent path that is a little bit to 1230. So I talk about 12 being there, 1230, and there's 1, and of course 11. I like to see golfers to go over to that 1230 mark there, and have it just start what feels a little bit over here in this area. And then of course with their grip being on the club correctly, that's either going to just produce a straight shot or a nice little draw. And one of the biggest plagues in golf history is dragging of the handle. And to me, this falling or shallowing like this, and then the rotation, and then golfers either going just like this or trying to turn their lead wrist down really hard to have to get the club face to close. And it reminded me of something that I was taught that completely robbed me of my game that I battled for years. So that's something that I really just can't get behind. I have friends that teach it. They're great people. I wish I could talk them into a different way. Now, when it comes to L and the release, if you're a golfer that doesn't really have kind of an approach that you're after, or an idea or concept that clicks, this is very simple. Again, good foundations, good fundamentals. L, or you can go a little bit longer, but at least to L, and you can even pitch this way where you just get to this area and then release the club. But it's predicated on, again, releasing. And Brian Manzella, I posted that video and he was talking about Rory. When you get up here like this, then again, you bring it back down. That's what it looks like. But you need to get that club head moving. So I'll hit just a little pitch. Here we go. Just kind of back to about the 45-degree release. All right. And that really makes the golf swing very simple. And you will surprise yourself at how far you can hit the golf ball. Now, another thing, when you feel you go here, come down, and then you're releasing, your body will start to respond to what you're doing. And it's pretty incredible how those two play off of one another. And again, foam golf balls are some of the best training aids you can buy. Ping pong balls, wiffle balls. And we're going from, this time I'll go a little longer here. I feel my path is going to 1230. So here we go, a little bit longer, 1230. Really nice high draw. That was cool. That was awesome. And you just can feel the speed and the simplicity with this entire thought process. So again, here, there, all right? And you really want to establish a shot that starts just slightly over here for a straight or a draw, and if you're hitting a fade, right over here. So you can do L and the release if you want to hit a fade and swing a little more to the left, and the ball will cut. And that is the beauty of it. But you're basically just going Here, it's like a little shift, little bump, and then I talk about the change being in your pocket. Move that change out of the way, and then woof, that club goes whipping by you. And I really want to see you go out and give this a try, where you start maybe here, release. You could even start with short shots here, release. You know, I'm huge on golfers chipping that way. I've seen too many players have so much success from getting the levers involved and using the club head. And what's surprising about that is it does not take a bunch of practice to maintain this thought. Once you have it, and all you're doing is going from here, and then your natural instincts of just unhinging your wrists. And I'm not talking about like a crazy unhinged. You're just basically going like this. You're unhinging like that. Okay, so the club's coming into impact, wham. But your wrists are unhinging. And you can rely on gravity to do it. If that's your sensation, other players feel they add a little bit more pressure to that release, but they just control the path. And when it comes back to Paul A's that you're talking about stopping at impact and going L, wham, and stopping at impact, or like you're taking an axe and slamming it into the bottom of a tree, here, wham, you're definitely going to be using your wrists to do that. So get some foam golf balls, or just go right to regular golf balls and work on different levels in the backswing, but start with L. It's kind of the ground point, or just 45 degrees. So again, we have 90 degrees, then we have 45. That's kind of your pitching zone. 45, release, and then go to 90. So again, here we go. L. That is such a fun thing to do, and it really simplifies the swing. You have a thought of setting the club in the backswing, a little bump going forward, and then basically delivering that club head to the golf ball, releasing it, whipping it to your desired path. You want to hit a fade, you can move it to 11:30 or 11 straight. You want to go to 12, 12:30. You want to go to a little bit bigger draw, get over to 1 and get that face closed. But I think you will really like this when you give a little practice, and I know it'll make you a better ball striker pretty quick.